the way we are live, and I don't know what's going on. We're just gonna get on the screen.
Okay. Hey.
We're just gonna get on the screen because I'm like, okay, the intro said no. Cool. Hi, how is everybody doing? Thank you so much for being here. Let us know if you can hear and see us. Okay, there is a storm a coming. It's gonna rain on my head, so maybe that's messing with the signal. But if you guys can hear us, okay, we can definitely get started getting into this live. Ashley, how are you feeling? Are you ready to get into blue therapy?
I am. I want somebody to talk to with this about. So I'm excited to get into it. It was interesting, definitely fodder for discussion. And I'm curious. I know a little bit of what you thought, but I'm excited to hear your full thoughts on these seven couples.
Yeah, most definitely. Once again, y'all get in here. Happy Saturday to you too, Tony T. Thank you so much for being here. Be sure to hit that like button, chat it up. Let us know if you, thank you so much. Let us know if you've seen Blue Therapy already. What did you think about it? And if you haven't, did the conversation persuade you to go over there and check it out? Now, hopefully it comes on the screen, and it does. Ashley, I'm going to come to you first. What were your overall thoughts of blue therapy?
Overall thoughts, like it was somewhat refreshing. Like I remember some years ago seeing clips of this, but not really knowing what it was all about, and never sat down and watched a full show because I knew it was from the UK. I know that it was founded by an African man. I know they got picked up on a Prime deal, but I still hadn't really sat down and watched it. I've never really watched any sort of couples therapy type of show. But I thought this was good in that I think it shows us that not all issues in relationships are based on infidelity. Like there are other things that play contributing roles to either, the failure of a relationship or the success of it. I liked that we got to see all these people. However, the one thing that stood out to me is that there was a white lady. Like y'all on that white lady's couch, and I would have liked to see maybe a diversity of therapists there, because like she said, is it because I'm white, and I get it. But I thought that would have been good. But overall, I thought it was interesting. I think a lot more people should watch it because there's a lot to talk about.
Yeah, most definitely. I like the therapist. We're going to get into her in a second, but just the overall aspect of this show. The dating, reality, getting married, pun, Love is Blind, Love Island s type of shows. It just relationships overall, especially black representation that is just none and void over there on Love is Blind, child. It's just been something missing in the space. Everything feels really curated. Nothing is flowing naturally. You don't really have a desire to be invested in these couples, and it's just like, what are we here for? I really was not feeling too much of the antics as far as Love Is Blind this most recent season. So this was refreshing. This felt very normal. Unfortunately, very relatable. I say, oh my goodness, they cooking. They cooking. These people were beautiful. First, let me start there. They were so beautiful. I was like, oh my God. They look so good. Everybody here is just, so handsome and so pretty. Like they look so great. And I just love the aspects and the dynamics as far as these couples and the diversity that we were getting. No two couples were the same. They all had their different spectrum of problems. And I felt like we got just enough. The show didn't overstay its welcome. In fact, it could have stayed a little longer. I wouldn't have been mad at it. I wouldn't have been mad at it because I think if you watch the show, a lot of us were like, yeah, it's not time to give up on that therapy. You keep on going, keep on going, keep on talking to somebody, even if it's not her, because a lot of these problems seem unfinished, even if we do a 5 to 6 months follow up with these couples. But I thought it was really great. I think you should check it out if you haven't. I was here for it.
For sure. Yeah, stay on that lady couch. Please stay on that lady couch.
But starting with that lady, that couch, we got our therapist here, our therapist, Karen. I didn't mind Karen. I thought Karen was unbiased. I feel like there is a certain je ne sais quoi, if you will, and relatability that comes with your black problems and black dynamics and having a black therapist. It would have been nice to have them maybe go back and forth where we have Miss Karen here, and I was like, ooh, if we had like a black male therapist here, relationship guru or whatever you want to call it, that would have really been cooking, because I know a lot of in the culture, especially the space in therapy overall, a lot of men feel like they're being isolated or they're not being heard because, it's two women and you're ganging up. So I would have liked to see a different challenge there. But then they might have put us over there in some married, not the Married at First Sight. Actually, what's that show that we
Marriage
watched where
boot
we,
camp.
yeah, no. The one where we have them trashy little relationship gurus, the
Oh, Married
therapists.
at First Sight. Mm-hmm.
Is it Married at First Sight? Yeah,
Yeah,
what
like
girl, awful.
pastor, the therapist. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely awful. So, but I think she did just enough. I think she filled the shoes of a therapist. I feel like she presented. I would have wanted more, because a few people I really wanted her to hold them to the fire and talk about what that real issue was. It was really PG at certain times, but I like that she listened and identified in the best way that she could. But culturally, could we go there? Maybe not. But I think she showed up the way she could for these people. Ashley, what did you think about Miss Karen here?
Yeah, no, no, I wanted a black. But here's the thing, and I think it's fine. Like I think, like you said, she did a fine job. But there's a
Mhm.
way. I don't know if any of you guys have been to therapy or go to therapy, but there's something about connecting with a person who has similar lived experiences that you do. I'm
Mhm.
not saying that a white therapist can't be, proficient or excellent even. I would have wanted to see a panel kind of similar to because when we were talking, I'm thinking, oh, we have watched couples in counseling before, and it was marriage boot camp. And they have
Mhm.
this therapist, they had a black male therapist, they have different therapists that specialize in different things. I would have enjoyed that too, because I think automatically coming into this, when you have, and everybody's melanated who's on the lady couch. So I think going into this, it would have opened them up more, because you got a lot of guarded. Them first couple sessions with her, it was very much like, yeah, y'all are ganging up on me. I don't like this. I don't, why? Is it because I'm white? And I think if we at least had another therapist that was of color, we may have overcome those hurdles. But she was fine. I don't want to take this lady job away from her. I'm just saying, connecting and resonating, since this is a black show, like there's no doubt about it. I would have liked to see some black therapists there in
Yeah,
it.
and there's certain nuances with these black couples that you're just not going to see or get if you're not, in the diaspora. I'm just saying. But great, I thought Karen did a nice unbiased job. She was trying to be fair. But getting over here into our first couple, let's start off here with Daisy and Jay. No trust and unplanned pregnancies. Now look at here. This was maybe the couple where, well, I can't even say because we have one other couple where I was like, get me out of here. But this was the second runner up for Get Me Out of Here, because I just felt like I was watching a baby sister or a baby brother. And I do appreciate that they had different ages, different dynamics as far as responsibilities to one another. Some are married, some are just dating, some have children, some don't. Some have been together for 20 years, some has been, it was diverse, but I was like, this was a sneaky link that went on for far too long. this
Mhm.
was this was not that. They gave, they were attracted to each other and there was all this chemistry and we were just linking up, and oh, the way he said, oh, the way you had just popped up, that baby just popped up all of a sudden. It was such a coincidence the way it's like it was given entrapment. Like, are you okay?
Mhm.
Are you okay? But there is zero trust here. And I'm always trying to wrap my mind around how, if we're not really in a committed relationship, we're not married, that's one thing, but we're not in a committed relationship, it's very situationship. When we're good, we're good. When we're not, we're not. I'm just really trying to be a good father and mother and just get into our dynamics. But there's always an air of, I need to keep having babies with this person because I want all these kids. And what are you talking about? What are you talking about? Jay has the dilemma to want to get even more serious with Daisy and want more children. But Daisy's feeling like, baby, you weren't there and haven't really been here for the one that we have. Matter of fact, you left post birth to go run and get a tattoo. The responsibility isn't shared on both parts. It's mostly going to be me and my body. And I don't want to take that on. I'm cool with my one. She's already preparing for the dip, as she should. She's like, just in case you want to go your merry way, I'm not stuck trying to raise a bunch of children that I'm unprepared for. I can do my one, which, begs the question of why we're even having this damn conversation. But here we are. Then we get into this big charade, in my opinion, all about who is kissing who. You called up someone and it's flirting in the DM and these dates. And I say, baby, if y'all just sleep with other people, just say that. I don't. What is this? What is this? All of this uproar about I trusted you, and no. There's zero trust here. They didn't like each other. That was interesting. They genuinely didn't like each other. I think they like each other as far as like friends and like we're cool, like buddies, if you will. But as like a relationship and what he maybe wanted out of a girlfriend, vice versa, they did not like each other in that way. Every single thing Jay said made Daisy aggy as hell. She was just over it. I don't want to hear you talk. And it just seems like they had a whole lot of maturing to do. So when we're getting into having more babies and getting closer in our relationship, that's the last thing we need to be talking about here. Ashley, what did you think about this young couple?
Daisy and Jay, I think Daisy represents a lot of women, not just young women, but a lot of women in general, who kind of have this wall or guard up because they've been hurt in the past, and they in turn carry that over into relationship, but for whatever reason they won't just leave. Like she says something in her statement when we're meeting Daisy, yeah, if it's in my man's phone, I'm gonna go through it, every single one of them, because why wouldn't I? And I'm thinking to myself, baby, like, if you have no trust for your partner, that does not a relationship make. There's always, if you're looking for something, baby, you're going to find it. I promise you that in time, all things are revealed every single time. And I said as much in an upload, and I got this comment back from a grown woman who says, the ones that don't go through the phone, it'll take longer to come to the light, or they won't know to leave. And my thing is, and I'm gonna say this as a PSA, women, if you have to go through that man's phone, leave. Like, if there's anything on the inside of you that's saying this is not it, he's not doing what he needs to be doing, don't do it. I think Daisy felt locked in to this relationship after she got pregnant, because we find out that they were actually broken up when she discovered that she was pregnant, and that he came back probably out of duty, probably out of, we want our child to have a 2-parent home. But quickly that tarnished. All of this so-called alleged infidelity happened when they were separated or on a break. Baby, y'all wasn't even, but we were talking. But y'all weren't together, sweetie. It just very much gives tit for tat. Even when he confesses, they have that exercise. Well, thank you for telling me that. And he says, me and the girl, we did kiss. Oh God, the tears came. And then Daisy was like, well, I got to get him back. You saw that man in there? Yeah, we scheduled 3 dates, but I didn't go on any. It was very immature. It was very petty. It was very small, when in actuality, you just needed to leave. I feel like if you're going to commit to a relationship and try to make it work, then do that. But let's not play at it, because by the time we get to that last couch session and she skirts on this man, I said she never liked him. She never did.
They don't.
This was a matter of, he's the father of my child, and we're just going to make it work. But really, his heart wasn't in it fully, and neither were hers. I was actually happy that after all was said and done, they decided to go their separate ways. This would have been a horrible environment to raise a child. If she's half as volatile in real life as she was on that couch that last session, and him getting up and walking away, like, yeah, no, I can't imagine what went on in their home. Like, I can only imagine.
Child, it was the phone call when she skirted off. He was like, well, you left. It's like, yeah, I walked out, but I've never like physically left you. It's like, yeah, and I'll do it again. Like she wasn't here for it. I think this was all just, like you said, stigma around, well, if I'm not with him, then I'm just a baby mama. Like I'm a baby daddy. And okay, well, that's why in the future we hope that we make more responsible choices, because this is where we could end up. This was definitely a relationship of obligation. Man, y'all still young. Y'all still can, BK, have it your way. This doesn't have to be that. But they were the main ones that I was like, please break up.
Yeah, them and another couple definitely, but they weren't even on the same page as far as what they wanted out of life, where they wanted to be, the type of family. Because she was like, "I don't want any more. Well, I'm gonna have some more kids." So, where if y'all can't connect there, like, what have y'all been talking about? Like, what real
They ain't been
conversations?
talking. They've been having sex. They've been either broken up or having smacks, and it's why I want more kids. Well, I'm trying to. Oh, you just want to have perky tits and snatch body and be your Instagram and do. Sure do.
Yeah,
I gotta make sure the girls keep tight for when you getting out my damn face. What do you mean? I have life to live after this. I was glad that we came to an understanding because there was no way that these people needed to be together, and they're still really young. But
yeah.
getting into these two, honey, oh god, this pissed me off. This pissed me off immediately. Where I thought we would just be getting into promise rings and whatnot, or not so promise ring, because I just gave you a ring. I never said that I was gonna marry you. I didn't propose to you. This was just a gift, donations. That's one thing. Maria being here at the capacity of, I just want to be married. I want that commitment to me. We've been together X amount of years and we do everything together. We live together, but you just aren't making that commitment to marry me. And Vic is going, marry you for what? What does that mean? What is that going to do for you? Like, I don't want to marry you. I have no intentions of that. And even if you thought so, it's never going to happen. By the time we got beyond the marriage and just how the disrespect like notch just kept going. It kept going. And I was like, whoa, this is not just I don't want to marry. He don't like you.
Mhm.
He don't like you. It was given washer and dryer, head between washer and dryer kind of energy, and I did not like it. Once we get over
He's putting his hands on you.
place placing, negative notations about what marriage means and discounting it to why I don't have to do that with you. And even if I wanted to, it probably wouldn't be with you. I'm not there yet. All the way to the money situation and your Nigerian culture and you're giving money to your parents and lying to me about it and we checking and telling her to run them pockets is very my money. I didn't like any of this. I did not like any of this. Once we got up, after he's just discounted everything she has to say, setting those emotions, baby, she's crying, giving her all because she loves this man down for whatever reason. We don't get into the reason I thought she did. Once he slams that car door and doesn't like slams it in her face and says, I'm not opening the door for you, like your ass over there. You go open your own damn door. I was ready to go. I was ready to go. Now, we do find out later that this is a content couple, which was interesting to me. I wish you would have known that sooner and kind of leaned into that narrative because you do have a lot of situationship content couples where they are incurably unhappy, but this is our job. This is how we make our money. We're going to stay together and present the united front regardless. Because it seems like that was just the bulk of their income and what they were doing as far as Maria was concerned. I'm the one, flipping the brunt of work on that. You're not even here with that. Now, for the most part, when Vic isn't being disrespectful, he's getting into his own family because Maria family don't want nothing to do with this man, and I don't blame him. I said, it ain't even about the cultural things and him not wanting to respect that, but it was this arrogance and this. I don't have to do that to your family. I don't have to get into the customs or be agreeable or bow or do what. I don't have to do that. I don't have to do that for them, and I damn sure don't have to do anything for you. And where are you meeting you? I think we met her sister, and it's like, baby, I'm gonna hold your hands when I say this. This man isn't marrying you. He has how much time are you gonna waste, how many years, and it's just, I feel like Maria was not only in this for her content, but it gave a little piece of color struck because he didn't have nothing else to offer. He was disrespectful as hell, and it just there were no real alluring, lovable. You know what? Vic is that, but he's so many other things. I can see the quality in what Maria would see. Since there weren't any, it's gotta just be attraction. And she likes the way he looks, and I'm gonna tolerate what it is just because of that. And then on the other hand, Vic gave off energy. Girl, I'm doing you a favor. Look at me. Look at me. Don't you see this fully moisturized beard? I ain't got to be here. You say I don't have to be here. I could go. Like I could go. so I can treat you and disrespect you accordingly. And I damn sure ain't putting a ring on it. I'm gonna play with you in the meantime, in between time. And whoever I'm really trying to get next to and lock in with, that's gonna be that. But it could never be you. I don't give a damn how many poems you write or read or whatever. And then we just kind of leave off with him having what was supposed to represent growth, because he talks to his father and it's very, I wasn't hugged in my home. My mother was my mother, my sister was my sister. There are very, toxic, uneven relationships there. Nobody taught me how to love a woman properly. Nobody ever poured into me. My daddy never. So now I'm presenting it back and I'm giving it to Maria. But I'm learning now. I went and talked to my dad and I can identify what's wrong and I'm gonna be a better man for it. Girl, please. He's still not gonna lock it in with you. But he would have got the hell out of my face immediately. Ashley?
This man don't give a damn. He's mean and surly. Like, I don't get why anyone would watch them anyway. He is awful. Like, does he pretend that he likes you? Even the last act, when they're on the lady's couch and she's rereading the poem that he shut down the night before, it was very performative. May I give you a hug? May I give you a hug, Maria? This man didn't give a damn about her sister, her mama, her cousin, everything. Every situation was about him and how he's been wronged in his life. I'm a victim and I just can't believe everyone always wanted to change me. What's wrong with me? It's not about anything being wrong with you. She's saying, I've sat with your ass for 7 years. You've given me 2 promise rings and there's nothing left to show for it. Like, and my good sis Maria, your mama told you, baby, he ain't married you in 7 years. He's not going to. There's no, this does not make a marriage. His refusal to respect your parents and their custom. And we kind of talk about this a lot when we're talking about 90 Day Fiance, right? The other series that we cover, where these women or men go to these other countries and have no perception or grasp of the culture. And that's exactly what this gives. Like, you don't know that it's her custom to send money to her family. You don't know that it's her custom when you go into the elder's presence that you bow, that you prostrate yourself to show respect. No, it's just that you're not willing to because you don't really like this lady. I think this is a relationship of convenience. I think this is about whatever coins they make on social media as influencers. I don't think there's anything more to this, because honestly, it felt like a humiliation ritual watching her interact with him and cry on that lady's couch, begging for his attention, begging for his affection, begging for his love, begging for all of these things, when you've already said, well, you gave me this ring and you said XYZ. Now you're saying this, but when you find out she's sending money to her mother, you storm out. I can't even look at you. You lie to me like this and you want me to marry you? And then we find out that he doesn't believe that she's earned the title of wife. You don't get up early in the morning. You don't cook my breakfast. You're not cleaning the house. It's not about her. It's about how she can perform to serve him. And I hope when she watches this back, she sees that. Everyone around, your sister sees it. Your mama sees it. Quiet as it's kept, that lady on the couch saw it. This man is not, even his daddy sees it. Well, if she's doing all that for you and y'all been together all these years, why wouldn't you consider that? Oh, Dad, yeah, I never thought about it. No, he's very selfish, very self-absorbed. I hated this. This felt like a humiliation ritual, and I hate to see it, and I hate to agree with you that it really gave. He's a light-skinned terror, and she loves every minute of it.
I just hate that. It's like, I graced you with my presence. That should be more than enough. Like, just based off of aesthetics. Attraction, where though? That's what Danny said. Let me put you up here, Danny. Thank you so much for the super chat. Attraction, where though? With his long jaw, haven't which when she broke out in tears, he looked annoyed and over her. He was. He's been annoyed and over her. He doesn't. I don't know, and I think it's an on the outside looking in type situation, but it does you justice to realize and immediately recognize when someone doesn't like you. Love and marriage is one thing. He don't like you.
He don't like me.
I'm with this man. He don't like me. He don't love me. Like, he does not like you. And the disrespect. No, go ahead.
Oh, no, I was going to say, I see a comment and like men who insist they don't understand why marriage is important. Willfully obtuse. He knows if it came down to it and he was hurt, the only way she'd be able to make those decisions if she was a wife. Like there are inherent benefits from the government, from all of these other entities to marriage. So to pretend that it means nothing and like, what, why do you want to be married? Because I want some sort of protection. If you, God forbid, die, then what happens to me? What happens to what we've built together? Like, I just think is he's willfully obtuse. He playing. And men
And
who
he,
act like that are playing.
when he get with whoever he's waiting on, he won't be willfully obtuse then, because that's
Exactly.
that's that's what it
Somebody
is.
giving, I'm gonna, this is for now, but when I'm ready, I'll go find the one that I want. That's what he did.
Especially if it's content, and I'm not familiar with their content, but if it's really that, he ain't going nowhere. I'm gonna stack until then. That's why he was up so ups, because I was trying to figure out. I was like, why the hell is he so mad about what she's doing with her money and sending back to her parents from the job that she works? I was like, oh, you guys do content together. So you
Mm-hmm.
feel like, oh, you're sending my money to your parents. This is money we make as a couple. Yeah, yeah. When he's done making money and using her, he's gonna go off somewhere. But he has no intentions and never will marry her, unfortunately.
It's
Like,
such a bad look for their content creation journey. I
I
would
just
veered away from this show if I was them.
okay. Let's get into Yasmin and Mike. Yet another situation that pissed me off. I was like, Yasmin, you have a child and you don't need another one. Um, I I just really dislike this dynamic. Yasmin is, a single mom who works two jobs. She loves her kids and never stops. Okay, and I love when they showed us that like their homes, and they were so nice. Like, oh, girl, this is so nice, like beautiful. We love the color palette. And then you have this man here who is complaining, consistently trying to live beyond our means and means that we don't have, because what happened to Craig. Craig got fired yesterday. Girl, I've been fired. I've been laid off, a little piece of that, but I've been pretending to get up and go to work so we can leave the house together. I'm actively looking for work, but am I working? No. Did I tell you about it when it happened? No. Am I still out here running it up? Am I getting Uber Eats every goddamn day? Yes. Am I getting cents delivered to the door? Getting all my trials and everything? Nothing's changed for me. I'm just really irritated that, since we do know that I'm without a job or I'm a little different, I know you working hard to make up for what I'm lacking, paying the bills, taking care of me, but you not giving me no act right when I come through the door. He said it's hard out here. I'm out here doing, I'm looking for a job. It's exhausting looking for a job, girl. Do you know how hard it is looking for a job? And I don't even come home to no sex? What? Mike, please. Mike was so resentful towards her, because clearly she has a career. She's strong in it, and she's right now the provider. And he feels emasculated, and he's taking it out on this lady in these weird micro ways. Like, I see exactly what you're doing and what you're saying, but when this man said, "I don't even think are you attracted to me anymore?" I was like, no. If I never understand a relationship dynamic where you want all the doting of a wife in a relationship. You want someone to be submissive. You want old fashioned, when you come through, I'm waiting at the door with the dry martini to take your briefcase. There's no briefcase to take because you don't have a job. You don't have a job. But Yasmin's feeling like, I just had a baby not too long ago. I'm working really, really hard to keep us afloat without you having a job that you lied about in the first place, and waited until we got here in front of this therapist to tell me what it was. We're not actively really dating. You're not pouring into me. You're just expecting me to come home, get off of work, give you some, make it. And she says it's feeling transactional. There's no love here. There's no passion. There's no foreplay. There's nothing. This is just that. Well, I don't like how you treat me like I'm not a man. What are you talking about? The moment you show up as a man, I will treat you as such. But Mike was here giving yet another mouth to feed and someone else to take care of in the meantime, in between time. And let's not be delusional and not think that stuff happens. People get laid off. But normally you tell your spouse, you tell your significant other, you adjust your finances accordingly until you find another job. And you don't take it out on me and feel some type of way because POP, I'm holding it down. Mike was doing everything and then some. The advice that was given, and all of this happens, and he is exposed as extremely toxic, verbally abusive, in my opinion, because who you talking to, lower your voice, and jobless. And Miss Karen, the therapist, goes, look into each other's eyes. I said, for what? Look into each other's eyes, because this is about the connection. Okay, there's a disconnect there. You have to redefine that. You see how she just had a baby and she's not confident about her body. You have to pour into her, and you have to look past his lack of income or his lying ass ways, because he lied about it, and just reconnect with your person. Look at that. Let's go on some dates. Let's get into to making time for intimacy. Girl, where is the job? What are we talking about? That's the main thing here. You not having a job, you lying about it, and then coming home gaslighting me because I'm not rubbing your feet, King Tut. This was weird work, and he would have got the hell out of my face and out of my house immediately, because I felt like that said a whole lot about his character. This was not a lot as far as you lying and over that. It takes a special kind of person to pretend to go out and work every day and lie to your wife. I don't even think they were married. Lie to your significant other about it. Like, you lied. That is psychotic to me. And then you gaslight me when I'm like, well, you're going to work every day with these bills and our accounts and stuff isn't, lining up. I feel like I'm taking care of everything. Where is your money? Oh, yeah, I was lying about having a job, but you don't get to treat me some type of way and hold my ass to the fire when you found out I'm lying, because you better treat me as a man and drop them draws as soon as I come through the door. Get out of my face, loser. Ashley?
Yeah, there's no way. This man is a dangerous liar. This man, in my opinion, kicks little baby bunny rabbits into drainage ditches. I don't trust him at all. And what's crazy is when we first meet him, I was like, oh, this man loves his wife. Like, I was like, oh my gosh, like he really, really loves her. And then it was like, oh no, he hates her. In fact, he's jealous of everything that she has. When we talk about she makes double what he makes, she'd already been paying 70% of the bills, thinking he's going to work with his meager means, right? And only able to contribute 20%, yet every day he's ordering DoorDash. He's not only had an existing debt of 6,000 pounds, we find out he done doubled debt while he's been unemployed, getting dressed every morning. Do you know how diabolical and sick it is for somebody to pretend to have a job, to wake up every single morning, take a shower, get dressed? Hey, honey, about to head to work. Like, can you imagine the lies? Honey, how was your day at work? Man, it was busy. It was a crazy hectic day. Knowing you haven't been anywhere, the fact that you're jealous that she drove an Audi and you were in a little bucket. Like, everything that he brought up as we sat on that lady's couch, I was like, oh, he's been jealous of her. He's been jealous of her. And I also think it's really important for us, and that's what I mean, a therapist. And y'all can say, I saw your comment, someone in the comments talking about race doesn't matter as far as it's more about expertise, and I still beg to differ. I think expertise is important for certain things, but I do honestly, sincerely believe that a Black woman therapist could have spoken to what was really going on in that situation. I also want to say it's important to note that these people are not married. A marital counseling would have been a different conversation than what they're having here. Y'all just go together. Y'all just have a shared child. This is not your husband. You're not entitled to anything from me, sir. And as I said in my upload, penniless men make the coochie dry. There's nothing you're getting over here until I see a direct deposit, a W-2, a verification of employment, an offer letter. Because what are you saying? And not only that, but you're talking about your needs and your demands. And, oh, yeah, I go to the grocery store and I just buy organic for myself because I need to make sure you have a household. Like, for me, and the idea that she wanted to marry him is great. Wow. The fact that his ass showed up at a car dealership talking about, yeah, but I decided
to put our relationship first.
Like, no, this run from this man. This was red flag, red flag, red flag. And I think it was so important to note because he came in looking as though pretending like this facade, like, oh, I'm just a nice guy. No, no, you're not. I don't think anybody, I promise you, anybody who can lie like that is capable of a lot worse. He's dealing with childhood trauma that he discussed. He needs his own lady in her own couch. Lead us, unhand Yasmin. But apparently,
Jasmine
Yasmin,
want to be handed.
we
Jasmine
find out
loves to
that she
hear.
gets pregnant yet again, but no consideration for postpartum, no consideration that I'm carrying the weight of the world on my shoulders in our well-appointed home. No, I don't feel good in this body that I have right now. I've never been this big before. None of those things were relevant. It was all about his needs, his demands, and his inability to feel like he has anything because she always outperforms him and has more than he does. No, I don't think a man like this can truly care for your heart because he'll be in competition with you. I hated this. By the
But
end
he
of it,
not
I was
even
like, girl,
matching to be in competition. Like you lost.
work.
you lost.
He became a postman, right?
Well, yeah, afterwards, but at this point, I didn't feel like Yasmin was valuing herself to really see what she was and wasn't getting out of this situation. Like what was he giving?
Nothing to me.
I
Maybe
didn't see nothing.
I don't know. Maybe he was good with the baby. I don't know, Tyra. There's nothing, especially after you find out all of these hidden truths to
Mm-hmm.
me that could make me. And the next times we saw her, she was very disconnected. She was very like, but then by the end, everything is well and good because he became a postman. I don't know, but I pray for them. Godspeed. Child.
I didn't see it. And drop down and please your man type of energy does not make a good. I don't feel like good with the baby. He didn't give me that. He get it. It gave me. It gave. I'm sorry. I said, oh, this is disappearing acts. This is Franklin. This is Wesley Snipes. He said, "What?" Zora said, "Did you go look for work today?" He said, "It's cold out there. It's too cold to be going out there, Zora, and going to look for work now. Now look." And then by
Crazy.
the time she dumped his ass, he destroyed everything he fixed in there. It was
Mhm.
very that type of energy. He don't like you. He's jealous of you, man.
In my
You
opinion,
know,
that's what I think.
she liked this man though. She that's my man. Now these two. Let's get into Debbie and Kelvin. The workaholic and us just being just not we're not compromising nothing. Now I was messing with you in the beginning, Kelvin. The longer we went on, the more it was just like, not just Debbie, get out of there, and y'all need to separate. And if you want things that Kelvin isn't offering you, just go find someone who does. I was like, oh no. Get both of y'all. Separate. This is another couple that I was hoping would separate and they wouldn't go on together. Um, Baby Kelvin, Mr. Tracking the phone. I need to know where you at. I sent a car. How late is it? You with the girls? I sent a car, baby. Get in the house. I need to know and make sure that you're okay. I'm not leaving this place of business. I'm still on the job, but I sent a car. Kelvin is working hard. Kelvin really has a deep connection with his mother and their family business and a loss that was had there. And I'm going to reclaim it, rebuild it, maybe franchise it. But I'm going to be about my business. This portion of my life is being about business and building. I don't maybe have as much time to be super attentive, spend all of this time with you, um, cater and dote and call, but I show up where I can. You got the jewelry, you got the necklace, you got the card. Did you get the car I sent? We gonna go on vacation maybe at this point, but that's all I have to offer at this point. I love you, Debbie, but that's all I can give. Debbie is feeling like I don't want them gifts. I don't want you to buy me fancy things. I don't want that. I want time. I want
Yeah,
you,
please.
and you're not giving me that. It doesn't show me that you can. He's like, well, I'm down at the restaurant. So I don't really care. I don't want to hear nothing about that restaurant. I don't care about that. I care about the time that you're giving and pouring into me, and you're not. So I just feel like you don't maybe you don't want me like that. Maybe you need to take, your separate time. Kelvin's like, no, I want you. I want to be with you. I don't think Kelvin really wanted Debbie. I don't think he did. I think Kelvin likes the idea of Debbie because while we're building this, Debbie's beautiful. While we're, building and making a name and all these things for ourselves and making our mom proud, because baby, mama's boy to the 15th power. In the meantime, in between time, later on, I'm going to have Debbie on my arm. And when it's time for us to be that couple, we're going to be that couple because I think she was business minded and doing her own things. But at the same time, I have and I make time for you. Now, where Debbie is concerned, nobody is compromising. I think anybody who watched this felt like, oh, okay, now, Kelvin, we understand, but you can compromise more with Debbie and make time for her. Is she really that much of a priority? Do you really like her that much if we can't sketch out any time for her, like at all, but we want to, dote on her and give her these gifts? And then it's like, baby, Debbie, if you don't take your ass on down to the restaurant and apron up, go down there to the restaurant. A lot of Kelvin's energy gave show improve. This is not just a personal thing for me. This is a family thing. I'm doing this for my family, my siblings, my mother, my whomever. And if you put your stake in and you're being with me just as deeply as I think you are, you're going to believe in my ambitions and my dreams as well. So when you're free and I'm here, you coming on down, helping up, ringing dinner bells. What I got to do? Oh, the order's ready. Oh, let me go pick that up and drop that off. Oh, she's supporting me. If Debbie went down there and gave support to Kelvin, that would have been it. That would have been all she wrote. It would be nothing that she couldn't get out of that man. Because it's very business minded and their goals. I don't see him wanting to play the field and try to, even play in Debbie's face. But I need to know that you're in it just as much as I am. And you understand the devotion and why I'm doing it. Debbie didn't care about any of that. I'm not coming down there. I might come down there and get in your face and see why I ain't seen you, why I ain't heard from you, why are you always late? But I'm not doing that. But in the same token, if we're not doing that on the other side, Kelvin, you can't tell me that you really want her as bad as you claim you do. And then we get into Mama. Because Mama and Sister said she ain't the one. Get her out of here. She ain't the one. I understood where Mom was coming from and the whole being protective. But at the same time, get your mama. Get your mama. Mama just felt like I don't need anybody to knock you off the path, baby. We have a dream to achieve. And if Debbie is standing in the way of that, because anybody who wants you to succeed and they claim they love you as much as she says she does, she gonna be in there rocking with you and care about your dreams, baby. She ain't the one. But a lot of it was given, regardless of what's going on, I'm gonna uphold what my mother says. I was surprised. I thought when Mama said that, he was gonna be like, "Well, my mama says you ain't the one, so girl, you gotta go." But I thought that's what it was. But even just the passion, how he kept showing up for the therapy session, he showed up late and had her waiting, and it's like you prioritize what you want and what you look forward to. And even if it wasn't, the most time in the world, I think a little bit would have made a big difference for Debbie. It just wasn't there because, girl, you want us to be successful or not. But at the same time, it's like, Debbie, would you even be as interested in Kelvin if he didn't have a buck? If he was just, if he wasn't able to afford it? Because she said, I don't want them gifts. I don't need that. But if he couldn't provide you with that or send a car because, girl, I need to know where you at. If you're okay, I'm sending the car to pick you up now, baby. Get on in the house. Would you be interested in him as much as you are? Would you even be willing to wait around, for this amount of time? No. Debbie need a bag, okay? I have my own bag, but my man has to have a bag too. But it's like you can't really just have it both ways. Neither one of them were compromising enough for me, and I really didn't think that they were going to end up together still. Ashley?
Yeah, that lady wasn't turning down not near a gift. I'm not gonna put it on, but I'm gonna keep that Van Cleef. Oh yeah, I'm gonna keep it. Yeah, no, and I hate when these women make me side with the men, but again, I agree to a certain extent. I agree that there's a way to have mama come work in the restaurant a day, have sister come work in the restaurant a day, and you take off them other two jobs you got and come spend time, right? However, I think in every relationship, there's got to be some give and some take, right? Some give and some take. As for me in my house, I'm going to be at that restaurant sitting on the counters, eating me a hot plate. The food look good. Baby, you need anything? Can I run to the store for you? Like, what you need? What's your mama need? Let me go. I feel like where there's a will, there's a way. If you want to, you would. And my biggest issue and the biggest reason I really felt like they should split is because first of all, I'm never going to down a man who wants to work. Baby, you want to work? Okay. And it's not even a situation like he's away or she can't be present or she can't pop up. That's not their situation. This is a unique situation. But what he's trying to do is he's trying to build legacy. We find out the story about how his mama had, raised him. She worked hard, to raise him and his sister. She owned this restaurant. She lost it. And now this was like redemptive. Like, I'm not going to let this go for anybody. This is about legacy. This is about my mama and also for the future generations. And I think it's dangerous when you have that mindset to partner with someone who doesn't. It did not give that Debbie gave a damn. Well, so sorry. That restaurant can go whatever. I need this time that I need. Like I said, while I think there were options and opportunities to get this right, and ultimately, once she got busier, when we see later on, she got a hobby. She got promoted. She started. She wasn't so pressed, and this isn't forever. This is like, let me grind really hard for these next 2 or 3 years so I can get it on autopilot. Also in his other 2 jobs. And we're going to be straight, babe. You just got to hold on. I can do that. I can get a hobby for 2 or 3 years, Tyra. I can start making YouTube videos. I can be a content creator. I can shop. Till I drop, because you're going to leave that black card. Clearly, he's buying her jewelry and gifts and flowers, sending car service. I like car service. I'm going over there. I'm staying with Kelvin. And I wasn't mad at mama because I think mama sees the vision too. Like, my baby done did this. I don't want any woman coming in his path. I fear I would be this mother, Tyra. I don't want anybody coming in his path messing up the future, right? Because what kind of woman is that? Is she going to be able to help him build in another time? What if he wants to start another business in 10 years?
That's what I'm saying.
Is she going to be down to ride with him? What you always say, Tyra? You shooting in the gym with
me?
You
wasn't in the gym. You wasn't in the trenches with us shooting in the gym.
That's what I'm saying. So it's like, how can you? And I think he's enamored of her. I think you're right. I think on paper, she looks perfect. I think she's the aesthetic. She's gorgeous. All these women were beautifully melanated. And I really do think he has an attraction and a love for her. But if we're looking at priorities, that is his priority. His mama, the restaurant, that legacy, that's the priority. And I think she needed to get on board or get left. And you see, she got it together. She wasn't leaving that money. You need this money, Marcus. She wasn't leaving that money.
I didn't want to discount Debbie's feelings, but watching this entire show and seeing do you see the material and seeing what Kelvin was offering? It's like, but girl, like if you don't know what to do with him, I'll show you what to do. I'll marry his ass in a minute and have a bunch of black babies, black ashy babies. Girl, what are we doing? what are we doing? Like, it's just it's something beautiful about seeing a man who's that ambitious, like,
and has a vision. Like, how many men have vision for their life and for you and for the like? How many men have that? You support that. You don't rub that. You block that. That's $100,000. Tyra.
That's alpaca.
Girl, that's chinchilla. What are we doing? You gonna let him back into the wild? And we already knew, depending on how this ends, baby, the DM is gonna be flooded. Baby, somebody gonna come and snatch Kelvin up with the quickness. But then there's always that fear of, do I want to be on the front line shooting in the gym and putting in all this work? Like, is he really going to appreciate it? What if he tries to, drop me off for a newer model when I was the one shooting with him in the gym and in the restaurant in the late nights and helping with everything? And then that would also not make time as far as Debbie discounting whatever her own career and ambitions are for herself. But it was the fact that Kelvin wasn't even asking her to. It's just like, baby, this is what it is for right now. Sorry, not sorry, but this is what it is. You chase your dreams, I chase mine. And then when we come back together, we're going to be solid and better for the future. But it was like, do you see the material?
I promise you, all she had to do was show up a couple days where he would have married her. 6 months.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like, yeah. You the one. You see it. Like, you see what we doing. That's all it would have took.
I would have been like that. Fish don't fry in the kitchen. Beans don't. Girl, what? What you need, honey? What do you need from me? Because I'm going to make sure you're straight. This is for our future, our family. It would have been a bunch of hours up in that place. Mm-hmm. But that's just what it was. Here's my number and a dime.
Call me anytime.
Call me if you need someone to talk to.
I love how we get in the end, though. Like, once she got active and got busy, it mattered less. Like, he was like, oh, it's me now wanting her time, So, I mean, it's Ebbs and flows.
Mm, child.
Um,
I know a cheater coming when I see one. Sir, let's get into Jermaine. Jermaine and Dummy. Jermaine. Jermaine couldn't wait to lock this woman down and reside into his traditional male African values. Because where you going? You better be barefoot and pregnant in the kitchen and grateful to be there. Now, their dynamic was interesting. It's just interesting because she had a career. You know, they met each other in school, ambitious, chasing their own things. But the moment he got into his career goals, it's like, well, we do want to start a family, and someone has to stay at home with these kids, so someone has to make the sacrifice. Naturally, our wife makes the sacrifice, and I'm at home with the kid. We got one, and then we get another one. And she's like, okay, well, it's been 3-4 years now of that. I'm not only, maybe ready to dip my toe back into the working woman pool and getting my own autonomy back, but where's my man? Where's my husband? What's going on? You don't make time for me. You're not making time for the kids. Even when you do come home, if you do come home the time you said you were, you're just kind of over it. We're sleeping in separate rooms. We're definitely not getting it in. If we are, it ain't worth a damn. We're not dating. We're not courting. We're not any of that. And then you trying to be outside. Jermaine said, "I'm trying to go." Jermaine said, "I'm trying to go outside." He said, "I'm trying to go
Ursha.
outside. I'm going to the Usher concert. Not with you though, with my friends. You don't get to go to see Usher. You need this money. You didn't work as hard as me this month. You don't get to go see Usher. Somebody got to be at home with those kids. You know, these relationships where people act like babysitters, family, other people in the world don't exist to where we can make time. No, this is just that. When I have my time, I'm going out with my friends. I'm traveling with my friends. And it's I got this assistant, or this whatever you want to call her. He said, "Oh my gosh, she's wonderful. She said she's exceptional. She's great. She fixes my coffee just the way I like it. She's always on time." Like I said, "Oh, so you want to hit that? Okay, cool." But you are just the embodiment of everything that's just not that. I get home, you're nagging, the sex ain't there, we're in separate rooms. Like, then you're trying to go back to work. It's like, okay, well, why can't you support me in my career the way I supported you in yours? Why aren't you making time for me and the kids? Why I'm not, the best thing smoking? Why are you doting and doing all of this having all this energy for your assistant? And when you do have some free time, you're going out to hang with your friends. I feel like Jermaine, you always have to be wary of the late lockers, the ones who lock up their hair later in life. Okay, no, walk with me. The man of the world ain't had a dread the first, because it's different when you born into them locks. When you get later in life and you start to maybe pick up in a way career wise that you weren't before, and you decide to grow your hair out and get some locks, it's over. It was over the day he locked that shit up. It was over already. Because Jermaine's feeling himself. He's smelling himself. Jermaine was 2 shakes away from, I pay the bills, deal with it. I'm the provider, deal with it. He had her exactly in a space of, you're taking care of those kids. I'm the provider. So if and when I decide to go off and do whatever I'm planning to do or whatever I'm already doing in secret, you ain't gonna have nothing to say about it. He wanted her to reside in those traditional spaces. It's just like, no, I'm not that. As a matter of fact, I want to go back to work. Now, we do end up giving them some more depth later on with the loss of a child. I wasn't sure how to feel about it with the way that it was framed, because they both have the sickle cell gene, and there was always potential that this could be present in their child, and we run these tests to see if it is, because we know that that can present a lot of health issues later. So I think it was 25% more with the daughter that they were gonna have, and we decided genuinely together to terminate this pregnancy, and it's been weighing on their marriage because they haven't conceived a daughter since. And then we're already in a way, because I don't even know if I want any more children with my husband if I'm trying to get back out there and you're not even really present for me or the ones that we currently have. There was a sense of loss and this guilt that what was that our only chance and opportunity in our daughter, and it was kind of framed as more of a loss in a natural sense, and it wasn't framed as them making a sound decision to terminate this baby themselves and kind of carrying that around. I just wasn't sure. Loss, period. Still a horrible situation. But I was like, there wasn't a loss or a miss
Boys.
situation. There was a conscious choice to,
Yeah.
not have that baby. But that's been also a strain on their marriage. Now, Karen's cure for them was to spend a little quality time together, go on a few dates, walk
Mm.
around the promenade, if you will, have a good old time, and rekindle those flames that are just kind of going out. And it's just like, you know what? This is kind of nice. We get to go out. We don't have. I was like, this band-aid date, this isn't enough. This felt like a marriage on the brink to become something else that doesn't want. And I feel like Jermaine is presenting this front of he wants to be a husband, and I'm just trying to provide for my family, and I'm sacrificing, working hard. I go through hell, and my wife just doesn't understand that. And I'm like, no, 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 no. What you're doing, you're framing something this way. So eventually, when you get out here and show your whole ass, she's at a disproportionate level to maybe tolerate and deal with it because y'all have these kids. She isn't working or having a career of her own, and she's lost a sense of self and independence because we don't want her to have any in the first place. I think Jermaine's about to show his ass, but via the show, they went on a few dates and they're cool. Ashley?
Girl, I knew he couldn't be trusted when I saw that hairline. Because why don't you get that done properly in your line? What are we doing here? You got all this locks and all this new growth. It was like, anyway, that pissed me off. And he was actually, I think, one of the only men that was on the couch who was like, yeah, I feel attacked. I feel like you two are ganging up on me. And then she was like, what? Like, what are you talking about? This is when I kind of knew, okay, I see what this is. And then when you go to Ursher and get a box and leave your wife at home, when y'all could have called a nanny, a au pair, or whoever, whatever y'all say in the UK, and get somebody to come see about them children. Like, it gave, I'm tired of you. Like, you are a necessary evil. I gotta look at you because you got my babies, the ones that we have. But I'm gonna be out here living my best life with my work wife and my homies. Like, that's what this is gonna be. And if you don't like it, boo, get left. You know what I mean? I think culturally they'll be together. I think she'll be long suffering through this, and I don't like that for her. But it didn't give that there was any impactful change with this couple. But I will say they are married. They are locked in. They made a commitment that they was gonna ride it out. I do hope that she pursues her career. I will also say that probably a lot of what was lost on me was the loss, because like you said, this was a choice that y'all made, and I think to frame it any other way was, it made me feel away. And then the fact that they said that they were considering trying again, knowing that they both still have these traits that didn't go away. There's no magic in science right now that says we can isolate these things and we can, come together and make another perfect baby. And so my thing is, so what happens next? You terminate again? You keep trying until you get that perfect baby?
I didn't understand any of this. You know how present the gene of sickle cell is in Black people. Like, I just thought that was a given. Like, I didn't know that we went and took chances. Like, well, mathematically, it looks like, so we're gonna. I didn't know that those type of choices and decisions were being made on something like sickle cell. I just thought it was always maybe a given that could happen because it's so present in African Americans. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know, but they've done the genetic testing and all of that. That was important enough for them because they knew they both had the trait. But you don't have the presence of mind or the responsibility that says maybe we shouldn't keep doing this if it's going to result in a situation that they claim is the reason why they're in this situation now. Yeah, that's when I started sleeping in the guest room. That's when she had all the babies in the room with her. That's when everything shifted. I don't know. I didn't like that. It felt very, very odd to me. I was like, I think they need to, and again, we're not therapists, but from the outside looking in, they need to stay on somebody's couch, somebody else's couch, really get this figured out and see if at the core they still really even like each other. Every time they sat on the couch, his legs were crossed this way, she was crossed the other way. It was very much, we're not close. Like he always was away from her, turned away from her, his legs away from her. It didn't give they really even like each other. It just gives that they're locked in. You know what I mean? I don't know. I didn't feel the love, and that whole other situation threw me off.
Think she
So
likes him. I think she loves this man. I think that this is no longer the man she married or the man that she met in college before. This is someone else because he was very surprised. It's like, you can tell when somebody ain't never been nowhere, ain't never had nothing, or they're just discovering a bag, and it's like, I get the chance to be that nigga. Me?
yeah,
I
because he said
ain't
he
never
wasn't
been that
dating
nigga
before. He was not popping.
I ain't never got a chance to be that. I get to. I am kind of married though with these children, but that don't mean I gotta sacrifice being that. Yeah, I'm gonna go outside. I'm gonna go outside. But girl, if you trying to go back into the workforce and not birth any more of my babies, I don't get to be outside as much. God needs you to stay home and know your place. What?
I mean, if they like it, I love it. It just something was
It
missing
was
from
the
it.
I don't need. She need to submit. I don't think she's submitting enough. Girl, go submit. That's what. Oh my god. Okay. Why sound like a threat?
We have to consider the culture too, though. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? So, like I said, I think she'll stick and stay, and hopefully there really is love there, and it just wasn't captured fully for me on this
Yeah.
couch. I didn't get it.
I think he been finna be for the streets in a major way. She ain't submitting enough to me. I think she need to be appreciating what I bring to the table. Submit. Now, this was the number one couple I wanted to get the hell out of my face. Cause Shay was playing. Like, Shay, please get out of my face. What are we doing here? Oh,
A mess.
oh, ma'am. Oh, okay. I just couldn't right along with a relationship like Daisy and Jay's, where they were on the younger side of things, and it's like you guys aren't even ready for the conversation that comes along with why we wouldn't even need to be here. There's nothing long lasting about your relationship to need therapy or prosper to save for more because this is my person for life. This ain't your person for life. Like the way Shay got up here speaking in stud mumble. Man, I don't know. I don't know. What? What you say? This was so stereotypical. And I hate that because a lot of self-presenting women, they get a bad rap because it's like, oh, all of y'all have that same little agenda and act the same way. Shay was fitting the bill, and I was like, why are you here playing in Mon's face? And it's only so much playing in Mon's face that we can do. Shay has cheated. Shay has been outside. Shay is a DJ who likes attention. Shay said the hoes gonna love this. Girl, what you want me to do? And I'm attracted to the hoes that love this. Like, I think when women approach me in the club or in any setting, I think you bold enough to come step to the Shay. Something about that just make me hot. So what? What? But Mons is ready for her next steps in life. Girl, we trying to lock in and settle down. You promise you're not gonna cheat no more, Jody. Promise me you're not gonna cheat no more. You're not gonna be outside. You're gonna be respectful of our dynamic and our relationship. That way I don't have to call you, call your friends, see about your whereabouts. Once again, getting into the other couple, Daisy and Jay, more so those younger antics where you have to spend majority of your time in distrust in your relationship with your partner. And we need to know their every move to make sure that they're not lying about their whereabouts or who they're with because you've cheated or done distasteful things in the past. That's all that Mons is consumed with throughout her day and her relationship because there is no trust here because, girl, you lie. It was Shay being so funny to me because she didn't even believe the own lies that she was saying here. Yeah, I think I'm I'm ready to settle down.
Girl.
I was like, why are you lying? And then we put the icing on the cake with Miss Mama's here, and it was like, yeah, I like to convert the straights. I was like, Shay, please. What you're not gonna do is get on this TV and represent every stereotype possible. It was all here. I said, oh girl, I don't like this. Mons is in love. Shay said she gonna do right this time. Shay feels like she cheats before, after, and during the therapy session.
Mm-hmm.
There's just no there's not a lot of levity to stand on as far as Shay's motivations and agendas in this relationship. Does Shay maybe have an affection for Mons, but even in the response of how did it feel to know that you could cheat on her and you could lose her and she could be gone forever? Yeah, I ain't like that. I just yeah, I didn't like that. Are you sure? Yeah, that would have cut me deep, Shrek. Are you sure, Shay? But this was more comical when it shouldn't have been, because I never want to discount a same sex couple or not take them as seriously as the other couples. But Shay did not give me anything to roll with. Mons maybe had the right intentions, and I feel like she should want different for herself if she wants to embark on things like marriage and settling. But Shay is very content just being Shay. Shay want to know where the hoes at. Ashley.
Yeah, Shay reminds me of them studs that walk around with the strap on. Because like she always ready to take somebody down, young and turned out. Like, let me get you, girl. Come here, don't let your man mess up. Your man ain't acting right at home. Come see me. Girl, I'll give you something you ain't never had before. I know a cheating stud when I see one, Tyra. As soon as that lady sat on that cap, I said, oh, okay. I know exactly why we're here. Just ready. And here's also kind of a thing to consider in their dynamic. They talk about up until this point, up until she met Mons, she'd never really been in a relationship. All she had been was with kind of like straight women, or, other women who were just kind of taking a chance. She had never been official with someone. And so now I think coming into a monogamous situation was probably too much for her to handle. When they asked that lady how much did you cheat? And she said, what do you consider
What do you
cheating?
consider cheating?
I did not have sexual relations with that woman. Like, I was like, Shay, if you don't give us straight hands, I was like, oh, she cheated this morning. She's gonna cheat after this. She's gonna cheat before therapy tomorrow. Like, mine, leave this lady alone. Shay is for the streets in every way imaginable. She is the worst of the worst. She's worse than a Negro. She absolutely is. When we saw her friend group, I was like, oh, Shay, one of them. Shay, Shay worse than all of them. She is a stud terror out here on the streets of London, turning out everybody that she can. Mons is not safe in a house full of Shays. I hate this for her, but it's like one of those situations where you just know a person's not going to leave. Mons ain't going to, she done did something to Mons. She did something to Mons, to where
Okay.
Mons, I don't know if it's the tongue, I don't know if it's the strap, I don't know what it is, but Mons not going nowhere. They'll be 20
Girl.
years deep until Shay get all that dog out of her, and then they'll be happy. But Mons ain't going nowhere.
Child, I don't know. Shay gives it. If I didn't stick the tip in, I didn't cheat. Technically, everything but sticking the tip in, that's not cheating, right? I
Yeah,
can be with, I can kiss, I can flirt, but I even if I do stick it, I still love you, Mons.
I just put my mouth on her. We didn't
I
bump
just, I
pocketbook.
just, I just put my mouth on her, and even if I did I didn't put my mouth on her the way I put my mouth on you. You the onlyest one.
You different. You different.
Girl, yeah, Shay feels like she walks around those streets of London with the "how you gonna knock what you ain't never had" stud energy. Like, ma'am, please
Yeah.
go to the bar.
And she's like, and I get them too. I get
I
them
get
all.
them. Boy, I had some this morning. Like, what? Come back into the session, Shay. You do see Month sitting next to you. Yeah, I'm gonna be faithful for real. I have good intentions. No, you don't.
She don't mean that lady no good. And I think that's a lesson for everybody. If there's a person who has been hoeing their whole life and now wants to be in a relationship with you, vet that person, test them out and see how they're going to behave, because it's hard to go from a life of poetry to a life of monogamy. You know what I mean, Tyra? It is. You've been out running them streets. It ain't like you just come in house trained already. So, it's a process sometimes.
Mom said I ain't going nowhere. I'm gonna stick beside her. Now, let's get into Junior and Carmen. I was taken aback by the hair immediately. I
Because
had
why?
to tone I had to tone myself down because immediately I was putting my own personal thoughts onto Junior. I say not the hair. He's a DJ. He travels. We're in the night scene, and it gives someone who's still clamoring to their youth or what once was and still trying to recapture those glory days. Because I would say, Lil Yachty Daddy? I said, what? Lil Yachty. What's going on? But visual aesthetics aside, these people been locked in 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
20 years.
20.
And we're coming up off of a separation. There are a lot of band-aid babies present here, where we were separated and things were looking bleak. But that one time, that one slip, we got together and had that baby. So now, would it hurt for us to try it again? I really do love you. I need to keep this. They are on totally different planes. I was like, what? 20 years of what? First, we're separated. We have our baby. We come back together, for the kids. As Amina would say, for the kids, Peter. We're going together for the kids. Then Static is still there because he isn't as present or in tune family-wise when she's like overly super family oriented she wants a fleet of children. And he's promising her, once I settle down, on the road. Why you always on the road? Once I get off the road, girl, we can get all the babies you want, all the kids you want. Meanwhile, this man has had a secret vasectomy that he's been lying to her about. Who has a secret vasectomy? He says, yeah, I just don't even really like. And it was given with whatever that baby was, whichever number that was that brought them back together. And he felt like it felt like he felt pressured because she was pregnant with another baby, and we are together, we are married. I feel like I need to lock in. I didn't feel like I had a choice in the matter. I don't never want to be put in that position again by anybody. So I went ahead and had that vasectomy procedure. And I didn't tell her about it because I didn't want to deal with the aftershock of her going in on, okay, why not tell her about it? Why do something in secret? Like, this isn't, I'm your wife, Chris. I'm your wife, Junior. And you kept this. These people just felt so spent and over each other. They felt so unhappy. And a lot of them are just locked in just because of children, time spent, or even just the nuptial of being married. But they don't like or want to actually be with each other. You can't tell me what Junior liked about this lady. And Carmen just gave, I want my football team of children, but I want my football team of children all by the same man. I want them all by my husband. You're going to give me them babies. You can't even do that. She was really hurt by that vasectomy. Not so much even just the lie, but just the procedure. Oh, but my babies. What about my babies? Why would you want to continue to have babies with this man? I was like, girl, let him go. Junior's the type. She would have to break up with him. I'm like, girl, let him go. Let him go be free and go live your best life with whomever you want to go be with or have children with. But it's a cultural thing and image things. We're married, we're locked in, there's no divorce. And I want all my babies by the same man. And here you go over here having a secret vasectomy that I'm just supposed to accept. He just felt very unhappy, and I hated to see this for the both of them. Ashley?
Yeah, I felt like Junior was punishing Carmen. All we heard from Junior while he was on that lady couch was she asked me for a divorce on my birthday. She asked me for a divorce on my birthday. She asked me for a divorce on my birthday. Meanwhile, we knew that he was going to have a vasectomy, but the thing was he was supposed to freeze his sperm, right? Mm-hmm. And he decided he wasn't going to freeze the sperm and still have the vasectomy. This was punishment because his feelings were hurt that she asked for a divorce on his birthday. I thought this was so petty. I thought this was so small. I said, oh, this is his punishment for her. And Carmen was never going anywhere. I hate how he got off the hook so easily because I felt like that's violent to me, in my opinion. If you're my husband and we have this plan to grow our family, you say you're going to do one thing and then you don't, and you basically are cutting off my choice and my chances for the future. I don't like that. I really felt like that was him punishing her for that stupid little whatever. And I'm sure they'd had worse arguments. They have 3 kids already. Like, we've been here before. I feel like she's going to stick and stay. For what it's worth, I think he's successful. I think she's very well kept. In addition to the kids, she was never going anywhere. But the fact that he basically gets off the hook at the end and it's like, oh yeah, I did that, but and maybe. So what about the future babies? Are you open to a reversal? Maybe one day. We'll see. I'll let you know. I think that's again, you really get the cultural inference for all of these couples. There's something there that's making the women really, really feel like, well, that's my husband. And like, and the men really feeling like I'm the dominant, I'm the person who makes the rules. It gave that in a lot of the relationships, but I didn't see it. I felt like this was just I felt like their relationship was habit. It did not give that they were very much in love. It gave, like you said, I've already put this many years in, this much work. He took my youth, basically. I might as well just sit over here and see what's next. But yeah, I hated that. I thought that was so wrong. Like, you don't lie about something like that. You don't.
On my birthday, she asked for a divorce. So it was
He did.
Junior was acting like she asked for the divorce. They actually went through the divorce, and he's had to endure all this turmoil. And you put me through the ringer, girl. And we went to divorce court and lawyers and all of that just for us to get back together and have another baby. Like, you played on my time. Nobody's put me in a position again. Like, you didn't actually divorce. She just mentioned it.
Yeah, she mentioned
But
it.
on
Like,
my birthday of all days, okay, petty or not,
just can't
that
let that
and
go.
the vasectomy and you not freezing that sperm are two different things, sir. And I think Junior
Yeah,
tried. Junior said, "I don't want no more kids." This man don't want no more kids,
we don't need no more.
and he
Just
doesn't. He doesn't care. He doesn't feel like he's just as active or present. But I think she finds her existence in her joy in her children. And if you're gonna be out living your best life, doing whatever you're doing, little yachty daddy, the least you could do is give me what I want, which is my babies. You can't even give me that. Oh, now I'm pissed off. These people don't like each other. These people don't like each other. But just when you thought the show was over, everybody gets a cute little. I was not expecting a follow up. I said, "Oh, that's different. We got a 5-month follow up." And the way that I was expecting people to separate. Now we have Yasmin and Mike down there. Yasmin and Mike, he said, "I got a jizz up." Because that was the only issue. In the grander scheme of a lot of these relationships, the issues that they were presenting here in therapy were surface level versus what we really needed to get to in the root of what caused us here. You not having a job was an issue, but it was your behavior in Seth's relationship along with not having a job that was just a stronghold, Mike. It was just like, no, I got a job as a postman. It's not. And he could continue to undermine. I'm like, he want to call her big money so bad. It's not my forever job or what I want to do. It's a little yang yang around the house, but I got a job and we got another baby on the way. We're pregnant. I was like, for what?
why?
For what? Yasmin likes taking care of children clearly, and she likes this man to do Seth with. They love each other. I'm gonna say they with a grain of salt because I feel like Mike has a different interest and looks at her a different way. Until he elevates beyond Yasmin, there's always going to be a tinge of ugh, girl, greet me better when I come through the like. I have to assert my dominance in different ways because you make more than I do. Okay, whatever. Get another job. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you, but they're happy. All right. Chow, why are Shay and Mon still? Why? Why? It's just given we're gonna persist and keep going, and I ain't leaving Shay. She said I'm gonna stick beside her. She's been acting right so far, and it's yep. I'm still we together. Okay. You sure? Did you cheat before you arrived here, baby? Kelvin and Debbie. I just knew that they were gonna separate. I was very surprised. And when we got there in the reasoning for us being together now and still content, well, I have my own thing going on now. I've been working more and traveling. And now, he's the one kind of clamoring for my time. I've been busy. So now I have a better understanding of why he was the way he was and maybe why he couldn't sacrifice or have as much time for me. But we're doing good. We're going strong. I was like, so did you just have too much idle time before? Did you not? Were you waiting? Did you really have a career ambition before, or were you trying to be cute and kept? But when it was just cute and kept for the bag, it wasn't enough because you wanted someone who was more devoted and emotionally available for you and present. But now that I have my own thing going on, yeah, I'm fine now. Well, what the hell was it then, Debbie? What the hell was it? So it's like, yeah, we're going to get back to the status quo and what Kelvin wanted all along. You chase your ambition, I chase mine. We come back together when everything is great and we flourish. They're fine. Didn't expect that. Maria, and Victor. Why are y'all together? we're together. We're going strong. And yeah, we've been doing more content. We've been hanging out and we talk. And he's been listening to some of my poetry. No marriage in sight, though. We ain't did that.
We're not doing that. We're not doing
There's no marriage. There's no promise of anything. There's no rings on your finger. But we're okay now. She better get away from that man. She better get away from that man before it's too late. Daisy and Jay separate. I was like, oh, somebody made the right choice. I was happy for it. They seem better for it. They are just looking forward to co-parenting. And I think that was the best decision for them both. And there was nothing to say after she skirted off in that car. And I'm glad that we can acknowledge that we don't like each other enough to let alone have children, but even being in a relationship together. Absolutely not. Now, our last folks up here, the way he looks so miserable in every single frame that I saw, I was like, Junior, are you okay? Are you okay? He looks extremely miserable. I don't. I. It's just. These are not happy marriages. And the same thing kind of went for our other couple with Jermaine and Dami. There seems to be respect to all the couples, but the couples who had more time in and children in marriage, the root of their issues were not going to be solved in a few sessions or just making an appearance on this show. I really wanted them to have the option available to continue therapy aside from this and maybe follow up later at a later date, something. But the way it was like, oh, okay, you guys are going to make more time. You're going to be respectful for each other. You're not going to lie about a vasectomy again, are you? Okay, Jermaine, you're not going to be over there doting on an assistant and not on your wife, right? You're going to make time and go on dates. Push those beds together in the room. Get it popping once in a while. Okay, yeah, we're good. We're fixed. They were not fixed, and that was not cool. The married couples did not look good walking away from here. Ashley.
Now, and those are the couples that I will refrain from really dealing with. I feel like the married people, that's a whole different ball game. They're locked in, they got vows. Barring abuse and adultery, I leave married people business to married people. So Godspeed to them people and do what y'all got to do. As far as the rest of these people, shouldn't none of the rest of these people been together ever? When we went over to Victor and Maria, and her best friend was getting married and she was jealous as hell, talking about, oh, I wish it was me. What if I were giving advice, I would say, and if you were in my situation, I would tell you to leave, but you decided to stay. I said, that bag must be massive. It must be ugly. It must be real cute. Because Victor ain't changed an inch. I will see the one difference was he did smile when they came back 5 months later. But I really wanted her to run to the hills and listen to your mama. Listen to your mama. If you got a good mama, listen to her. He's already wasted 7 years of your time. So what else? Shay and Mons, like I said, she over there, Tyra. She over there. It'll be 20 years later until Shay get that dog out of her. Mons is going to stay content. Yasmin disappointed me. That is not your husband. Why would you have another child with him?
That is not your
disappointment. I was like, baby, you still paying all the bills. You still paying 70-80% of these bills. And now you add in another bill, a new baby. He won't even DoorDash y'all. He gets his own Postmates. He won't even get y'all Postmates. I don't like that. And that's not your husband. I was happy Daisy and Jay went their separate ways. That was toxic. The way, like I said, she skirted out that last session. Find your own way home. I was like, yeah, y'all need to be done. But yeah, and that's it. Like I said, the married couple, y'all do what y'all need to do. I ain't gonna tell y'all to get divorced. If y'all like it, I love it, Tyra.
Divorce that nigga.
You ain't here for me. I won't say it. Tyra said it. I won't say it.
Yeah, and divorce that woman. Find your happiness. Like, they look so miserable. Follow up on another season. Ashley, would you be interested in following up again with these couples or following up with new couples in the future with another season of Blue Therapy?
I need new couples, and I'm actually going to go back. So the lore for the show is that this was started by an African man. I can't remember his name right now, but it started in 2020 on YouTube. Apparently it got so big, Prime Video picked it up first. And so there's the series on YouTube now. There's also a series on Prime. They did a season or 2 over there, and now it's Netflix. So I'm going to go back and rewatch the others and see how that was. But I think Netflix should bring this back. And I think we should all new couples. I don't want to see any of these people anymore. And I wish it could be a little bit longer. And I don't maybe that's asking too much. I'm not sure how long the episodes were because they felt like they went by so fast.
Yeah.
But if we could get full eight episodes, full hour long 8 episodes for all new people, I'd be excited. This is important. I think the representation of Black people in therapy is wonderful. We need more of that. And I also like that every relationship isn't necessarily like struggle love, but there are real life things that come up in relationships that you need to deal with. And it's not always adultery. It's not always DV or anything like that. Sometimes it's a matter of I don't feel appreciated. Like you don't look at me the same way that you used to. I think that's important for representation. I would love to see this. I'd love to see more of this.
Actually, say, did he hit you? Did he put his hands on you?
Yes. Oh,
Oh, yeah. But yeah, I'm very surprised that this is from YouTube. Like, cause a lot of the time when YouTube is picked up by any type of like network or streaming service, they feel the need to tweak it and do different things. I'll be interested to see what it looks like on YouTube versus what they put here now and what they decided to give and take away. I would love to see that, but I would like to see more of this. Like you said, I wish that it was a bit longer, and I think we're just so accustomed. And the way that it's been exhausting to watch every single installment of Love is Blind, they're finding different ways to drag it out. And it's just like, Lord, can we please? But this was something where I would have wanted to spend more time with these couples and be in their businesses and in their, well appointed homes to see what was really, really going on and have more in-depth sessions, or like you said, have different therapists to speak with to see, well, when we were with Miss Karen, this is what was said, and this is the reaction. When we went over here with Mr. Johnson,
so totally different.
When we went over here with Dr. Keisha, boy, it was totally different. I would enjoy that, but yeah, they should definitely run this back again on another day with some new couples. But y'all, that was Blue Therapy. Ashley, anything you want to say to people?
Yeah, thank y'all for coming through and supporting the live tonight. I know a lot of people don't even know it's on Netflix, and so they're just now watching it. So thank y'all for coming through, supporting the live. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell. And if you got some hypes left this week, drop a hype. You know what I mean? Hype us up a little bit. But thank y'all. This was fun.
Absolutely. Baby, back up off of me. Absolutely. This was great. Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to support the live tonight and any lives that we may do in the future. It helps us a whole lot. Let me see if this scene actually plays, and we'll see you guys later. Good night, y'all.
You make me wanna throw my picture out the window. Tell MCI to cut the phone post. Break my lease so I can move. Cause you a bugaboo, a bugaboo. I wanna put your number on the call. I can tap a hotel, make my email stop. You a bugaboo, you bugging what you bugging, who you bugging me, and don't you see it ain't cool. It's not hot that you be calling me, stressing me, paging my beat, but you just non-stop. And it's not hot that you be leaving me messages every 10 minutes and then you stop by. When I first met you, you were cool, but it was game, you had me fooled. 20 minutes after I gave you my number, you already had my mailbox.